Hello everyone, so this is part 6 of our architectural diagrams. Today we're going to be looking at taking elevations from your 3D model. So we have a little breakdown just here of everything that we'll be doing. So we go through starting with having the 3D model already made. You set up a camera, so you have to make sure it's in parallel projection, and then you pick a view to take. And that's important because if it's still in perspective, it won't be to scale. Then we export as a 2D graphic from SketchUp and import into AutoCAD. Then it's always good just to check that the scale has converted properly. And then lastly, we'll be looking at putting those elevations into Paperspace. So we'll just jump right in.
Okay guys, so first things first, obviously we'll load up your existing house diagram from SketchUp. And now what we're going to do is we're going to be taking some elevations from the diagram. So if we, scroll to the kind of elevation that you're after, like that, and if you just head up to camera, make sure that you're in parallel projection, and then head up to standard views, and we're going to take a south elevation, so that's going to be the front here. Okay, so you can see now that this is what's going to be shown in your elevation. So yeah, after that, we're going to head up to File, as we have done before, and we're going to Export and 2D Graphic. And this time we want to make sure that we're saving it as a DWG file, just for AutoCAD. Okay, I'll just call this another name. There we go, and that's it. And then you can join me over in AutoCAD for the scaling of the diagram. Okay guys, so obviously once we've got AutoCAD opened up, we can open up our exported elevation. So find your file, ours is here, and just click open and continue. Okay, so as you can see that our elevation is here. And just as good practice, the good thing to check is to make sure that your this is going to be the same scale as what your SketchUp file was. So a good way to do that is just to go back into your SketchUp file, click up on the measure tape here, and just make sure, check the height of a component. So we'll do the door here. So we can see that it's about 2,630 millimeters. Okay, so if you close this down and go back up to your AutoCAD file, and we'll check this against the door. So you can go up to the measure tool here. Yeah, 2,630. So we know it's to scale. SketchUp usually does export to scale, but obviously it's good practice just to make sure that it's definitely correct. Okay, so yeah, the next thing that you're going to kind of have to do is make sure that if you've got any cameras in your scene, just delete these out. So we've got some here. We'll just delete those. And yeah, that's really your elevation completed. So now to get it to scale, we're going to click down on the layout tab at the bottom here, and this is going to take us to our Paperspace mode. Okay, now default the paper size is set to A4. Now if we do want to change this, we can type page setup and click there, and we can edit the layout. So if we modify, it gives us a option box here. So if you need to select the printer size that you want. Now, unless you're doing this in E27, you'll have the plotter printer available to select. But for this case, if you're doing it at home, the easiest way is just to go Microsoft Print PDF. Okay, and at this point, you're not PDF, sorry, DWG to PDF. Okay. And from this you're able to select your paper size. So we'll make the paper size A3. So it'll be under ISO A3, and we'll make it landscape there as well. So if you just click OK, you can now see that the page size is bigger. Now this kind of box here, this is your viewport. Okay, so this is everything that you can see in this box is everything that's in model space. Okay, so let's expand this out a little bit, and if we double click inside the box, you can see that it is highlighted. And if we go down to the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a scale viewport there. So if you click on here, this gives you a list of all the scales that you can make your drawings to. So for instance, if you need to make this drawing, we'll make it 1 to 50. You can see that that's zoomed right in. Now what we can do is we can expand our viewport here. We'll just make it the full page. So you can see that 1 to 50 is actually too big for an A3 paper size. So what we can do is if we double click back in here, we can change it again. So we'll change it to maybe 1 to 100. There we go. And if we just move along here, okay, we'll move this down to the bottom of the page. And then we'll change our viewport back. Oops. There we go. So now you can see that at the bottom of your page here, you've got a perfectly scaled elevation at 1 to 100. So it's not really kind of relevant for your presentations on the board. However, for your portfolio, it's going to be important to make sure that all your drawings are to scale for the paper size. So yeah, that's the first video done, guys. We'll see you for the next one.